Test one, two. Something's wrong. Let me unplug and plug back in. Hold on.
Dude, you sound good.
My levels are not registering, so there's something wrong.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a leak while you do that. I'll be back. Be right back. Give me 10. Give me 5.
Crotch shot.
There she goes. Working now.
Fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Let's start the podcast.
That's
You
our
ready?
podcast for today.
Are you ready for this?
Wow, we've been 40
are we-
minutes, 41 minutes.
You're going to have to edit this into something. I don't know how. But,
I'm just going to start it at 41 minutes.
Hey, what's your take on what's your take on this is a hot topic. Some podcasts do the hot topic, some don't.
Hot topic.
We're 2 L's, 1 pod, and I feel like we've been around. This is volume 180, what, 8? Maybe
262.
262. There you go.
You-
That was 100 off.
You were off.
I was off by 100.
You are burnt out from this thing.
Well, I told you, son, I'm sick. I'm sick of the
Oh,
double.
sorry, here I am choking on a
got my-
Pop-Tart.
Wait, Jimmy, oh, that sounded like a Jimmy Buffett lyric. Oh, that was
Choking on a Pop-Tart.
It's
It's a Pop-Top.
Top.
This is a
For those on Patreon.
It's a 365.
You're
Do you know
gonna
what
want the
365
Patreon for
brand
this.
is?
365. What do you go to? Where do you shop at? Aldi? No, I never heard of 365.
No, this is Whole Foods
Oh, is it? Oh.
organic
good stuff.
Pop-Tart. It has like half the sugar,
Ugh.
and it's pretty
Look,
good. You put it in the
here's
toaster
my-
oven.
Here's my take on that. Either buy the Pop-Tart or don't. I don't want the organic, healthy version of something that's supposed to be a delicious treat.
It's
You know what I'm
delicious.
saying? It's like a chocolate chip cookie, no sugar added. I don't want it. If I'm gonna do the chocolate chip cookie, I want the sugar.
I
You know,
agree.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
This
So
has
I
sugar.
want a Pop-Tart. I want a real Pop-Tart. Let me see the
Well,
box.
instead of like
It's not the real Pop-Tart.
you want to see the box,
I
Bernie.
want to see the box. Get the
Never
box
mind.
of Pop-Tarts.
I did a box joke.
Yeah, every
This
week.
probably has 9 grams of sugar versus the 17 or 18. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. So you go 17 then. What's the big deal?
It's pretty good. It's pretty
Not
good.
No, it's not.
Some of them are too sweet. I'm
Well,
not, as I'm the
Don't
only
you
thing
find
that I
as
like.
an elderly man you shouldn't be eating Pop-Tarts anyway? Don't you feel that way? I feel that way as an elderly gent. Pop-Tarts, that kind of it's like Jägermeister. I can't have that anymore. I can't have Pop-Tarts.
Who was doing
can't have-
Jaeger recently? Did we have a conversation about
Rick
this?
D'Elia. Rick.
Reliving his high school days.
He walks in. He walks in the crew bar and gets a Jaeger and a Tito's and soda. I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I start with a Jaeger to get me going." I'm like, "Jaeger, Jesus, Crody,
Does that have the gold leaf in it?
No, that's Goldschlager.
Goldschlager. Okay.
You
there
think,
go.
but Jaeger's the NyQuil.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
Ricky.
fucking gross.
Ricky is living in 1987, though. He is.
Hey, check out his movie, everybody.
Oh,
Don't
yes. It's called
Suck.
Don't Suck with Matt
Yeah.
Rife,
Yeah.
Russell Peters, Jamie Kennedy,
Mm.
and a lot of comedians that we all know and love, and some of them
Yes.
not so much. Schubert
Yeah.
was very funny in his scene. Did you see it?
I haven't seen the film yet. I'm gonna watch it when I'm home for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. Watching
Schubert plays
Don't
like an agent
Suck.
manager guy,
Uh-huh.
and he has some guy teaching him martial arts on his lawn.
That's
And he's
funny.
talking to people on his phone. It's very funny. And the guy teaching him martial arts is just totally out of shape. It's a very funny scene.
That's cool.
And Schubert is
Yeah,
Schubert.
you
fast
gotta
talking.
get Jimmy out of his shell, and I'm sure he can
Very-
deliver once.
Very amusing. but,
Here's
uh,
the hot.
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
No, I was
Here,
going to
hot
say
topic.
we're doing hot topic.
Hot topic.
There's a lot going on in the world right now. You know what I'm saying?
What's
You
happening?
got your Gaza,
Boom.
your Palestine. You got UFOs. They might not be UFOs. They might be fallen angels. This could be end of the world shit. Biblical cats and dogs living together. So we got to hit it. Here's the first topic. These are hot topics, Al. Are you ready?
I'm ready, and I caught the Ghostbusters Bill Murray line. Go.
Thank you. It's the holiday season. What's your take on? And I think it's gotten too. It's populated. It's too much. What's your take? I don't know. Charcuterie boards. What's your feeling with the charcuterie, the board? I feel like it was something great 10 years ago when everyone didn't do it, and now every trailer park Sally's got a fucking charcuterie board with some meats and a cheese, and I don't like it. I liked it.
It's
when it
trending. It's
a
trending
little,
food.
Little
it's
small of a thing.
It's like the sun-dried tomato thing that happened back in the 90s. Sun-dried tomatoes.
That was a big one.
Do you want sun-dried tomatoes? Oh, gonna get them. Oh, you mean tomatoes that you're gonna throw out, and now you're serving them on food? Yum yum.
Sun-dried tomatoes.
And then it was on everything. It was in salads.
Yeah.
It was on pizza. It was everywhere, and it just became. And then it became passe. Truffle oil was the big one.
Right.
About 10 years ago. You said charcuterie. First of all, when someone said charcuterie board, or I saw it on a menu, I didn't even know how to pronounce it. I was like, charcuterie? And the fucker gave the wait person an opportunity to go, it's charcuterie. Yeah.
But
Go back
I
to your
liked it
trailer
better.
park, pal.
Well, I liked it better when not everyone...
We have a peanut gallery. Peanut gallery question. Yes.
What's happening? We're rolling.
Your eggs today.
She did put truffle oil on my eggs today.
Okay.
Let me
that was
explain.
worth popping in.
And I
Go
put
ahead.
some mayonnaise on your eggs last night.
Oh my God. You tried.
Hal is appalled. He was just like, he was trying to figure out what. Oh, here she comes. Oh boy.
Oh, here she comes.
He's always trying to tell me I'm too much and I need to tone it down. But this is acceptable.
It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable.
I'm in charge of editing.
acceptable.
I can make
Not
myself
acceptable.
look.
Not acceptable.
No, you shouldn't. It's too funny.
I just slapped her ass on the way out.
You
Hey
should
now,
have
smack
walked
that
in
ass.
funny.
Smack that ass. That's an Al Romas joke.
All right. So what's your take, though? Do you like... Well, not only... Everyone likes a charcuterie board. Don't you feel like now, though, it shouldn't be a thing that's like Amazon is selling on... You know what I mean? It was a cool thing in the restaurant. Maybe you found one with a charcuterie, and now it's just every fucker has a charcuterie board.
Well, that's because it's finally reached the masses.
I
When
don't
you
like
first
it, the
started to
masses.
experience it, it was limited, and you would just get it and
That's
enjoy
right.
it. Oh, this is cool. And sometimes they would serve it on a platter, or they'd serve it on a piece of slate or a cutting board. So there was different ways of presenting it, and that took off.
Yeah.
But now Amazon,
did the
you can
price.
get your own charcuterie board. It's a billion or a multi-billion-dollar industry when a food or clothing trend takes hold. But when you start seeing it everywhere, that means it's on its way out.
Good. Because Amazon's offering 8,000 different charcuterie boards, and these people are going to buy it for Christmas, and then they're going to throw some boar's head and an apple on it. You know what I mean?
It's the holidays, so it's Hanukkah and Christmas.
But it's delish. I love a
and
charcuterie.
Kwanzaa.
But Thanksgiving,
the exchange gifts with Kwanzaa. I don't know that your family did that, right?
Happy Kwanzaa, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know the John Lennon song. This is Kwanzaa.
Yeah,
It's great, beautiful.
yeah. That's the B side.
The B-side for anyone under 50. Those were the other song that was included on a single for 99 cents. You got two songs for 99 cents, and then there was one band that always made sure their B-side was an A-side. They only put A-sides out, and they did not include them on the album because they didn't want you to feel ripped off. One band did that.
Oh,
Only one.
The band was that the Beatles?
That was the Beatles, sir. Yes. Because people always wondered why Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields wasn't on Sgt. Pepper. It was recorded then, should have been on it, fits perfect, but they were like,
Wait a
put
minute.
it as a single. You're not going to get that on an album. Why rip you off?
Sgt. Pepper's and Penny Lane No, Penny Lane came out way before Sergeant Pepper's.
Sir,
They were recorded at the same time?
sir, please. I know one thing in the world. Don't know.
I'm going to have to call Dan Gerstenlauer or Johnny Peasy on this.
I know one piece of business in the world, and you're going to try to argue it. No, they were recorded at the same time. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that. By the way, that's an opportunity for us to promote one of our episodes called The Beetle Off, where we had a contest, and I was the moderator, and I would ask the trivia questions, and you, Dan Gerstenlauer, and Johnny Peasy, would answer. And I'm telling you right now, all three of you were pretty damn good.
Pretty good. Yeah, that was fun, man. That must have been 2 years. I think I was on the COVID cruise when that happened. I think I was on my 5-month journey to the other side of the world.
Cruise. How was that being in a cabin?
It was fantastic.
Did you come out of your cabin?
It was gay. It was gay. It was happy. It was joyous.
A joyous time.
It was fantastic. So charcuterie board, you're okay with it? With the masses having it,
I'm not letting it keep me up at night that it is now mass produced and they're still making money on it.
Yeah. Do you like a charcuterie board though? Are you a fan?
I do, but if someone gave me the charcuterie board for Christmas, not
the best gift.
I have cutting boards. I have that covered.
Do you like it though when you go like Thanksgiving? I went to a cigar bar. I went to a cigar bar with Via, and while Kelly got, some stuff ready for us, fantastic. And we got home and she made a charcuterie thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great and tasty and delish, but it was so much food that as I'm eating it, and then you're like, well, our Thanksgiving dinner is coming out in an hour, 2 hours. It was like, oh my God, really? Like I'm at the point I could eat a charcuterie. That'd be a dinner. That's fine. I don't need then dinner.
Now that you mentioned it, back in May when I was vacationing with my family in the Outer Banks, look at my look at my hoodie. It says Outer Banks, North Carolina.
I see it. Wow.
There was a dinner theme night, and each couple had to make a dinner from wherever they wanted to. So Bernie and I picked Italy because we were going there, and we
outrageous. Maybe cook some Italian food.
Right. But my niece booked a family photo thing on the beach. They hired a photographer.
Did you guys all wear white?
She goes, it's only going to take an hour. It was 2.5, 3 hours.
Did you all wear white?
It was ridiculous. Yeah, we had to wear
the ones with the whole family.
We had to wear light colors. I think I wore a powder blue shirt and khakis or something. It was like. So anyways, we did it because, the kids, my godniece and godson, blah, blah, blah. It was nice. But because they did it that day, Italian night, we had to rush to the store to get the fresh ingredients and then rush back. And then my future brother-in-law and my sister said, hey, we're going to help you out. We're going to do some appetizers, Italian appetizers. I said, great, because we're under pressure.
Right.
So they made a giant charcuterie board. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this was going on. Well, they said, hey, we're going to make it for you. I'm like, yeah, great. I didn't realize how big it was until I looked over and everybody is stuffing themselves. By the time we served, it was pasta. Nobody was hungry. It ruined. Hold on. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
More than you could chew.
Great.
And that dinner took way longer.
Restop.
I'm just going to be honest as your wife. You had a room full of 10 people sitting waiting for dinner. It wasn't your fault, but it was too
because of the photo shoot. I explained that.
Regardless of the photo shoot, it was too complicated.
Why don't you go back to the streets and make some real money?
We've got a clip.
We got a clip. Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow.
Holy shit.
All right. Did that.
She just threw me under the bus on my own podcast.
Completely. That wasn't the reason. The reason was
I'd call her a cunt, but I don't want to have to go back and edit that out.
Oh, we got another clip.
We got another one.
Oh yeah, so you're with me, Dan. You're with me on the charcuterie board.
And we had one at Thanksgiving. You said
Right.
Thanksgiving. We had one
Yes,
here because
sir.
we had Thanksgiving dinner here.
Yeah.
Oh, I just let this. I hope no one listens to this. They're not going to listen to this.
Right.
We had one here, and I went in because Tracy Esposito.
Oh.
Tracy was here with her boyfriend. She lives a couple miles down the road here.
Tracy Esposito? Really?
So I said, she goes,
I
what can I
haven't seen her
bring?
in,
I said,
30
bring
years.
your beverage of choice.
I haven't seen her
Or
in
you-
30 years.
Right. I
Do
said,
you
bring it.
Does my name come
Let
up?
me ask you a question.
Does my
Huh?
name come up? Does
All
my
the
name come
time.
up?
She says
All right.
when she's finger
Oh,
blasting
well.
herself and she
What?
turns the lights off or her boyfriend is servicing her, she yells out, Al Romas.
Oh, all right. That's something. I'll take it. I just wanted to know if I was.
Or when she's
brought up
making
at
a
all.
charcuterie board.
All right, whatever. I'll take it. She loves the movie Jaws. That's what I remember about Tracy. I remember
that's interesting
doing
because our friend Melissa was here and she's a huge Jaws person. She
Mhm.
has the Jaws sneakers, t-shirts. She went to Martha's Vineyard for the first time a couple of years back and did the whole Jaws trip, the bridge.
Yeah.
And then she went to go see the play on Broadway.
Yeah.
Robert Shaw's son.
I know.
plays-
I'd love to have seen that.
I want to see that.
The
Limited
shark is
run.
broken or something.
Yeah, the shark is broken.
Look great. Look great.
Oh, I hope they
I
run
know.
it. If they run it out here, I gotta go. Gotta go.
I would. That's something I would definitely have seen if I was in New York. Without it.
She did it
doubt.
right. She flew in. She took her boyfriend. She flew in for 2 days.
Tracy.
No, our friend Melissa.
Oh, Melissa.
Melissa used to live next door, and then she bought a place about a mile down the road from here.
Right. Well, I'm talking about, but Tracy, yeah, she was. I remember going to Pips with her. She did open mic at Pips, and I went with her. I was already a comic, but I'd never been to Pips, and everybody talked about Pips, so I said, "I'll go with you." And I watched her, and then they came up to me and go, "Do you want to go on?" And I said, "No." That crowd was fucking mean, and I go, "No," and they go, "Oh, you're a comedian. You'll be fine." I go, "I'm not going up there. I'm off tonight. Leave me alone."
Staten Island.
Staten
No.
Island, and
Yeah.
Staten Island. Well, Pips was in Brooklyn,
Right. Okay.
but Tracy lived in Staten Island.
That's what it was.
And I went, yeah, it was in her apartment, and so I remember she had the VHS of Jaws, like out, and I go, "Are you watching Jaws?" And she's like, "I always watch Jaws." I'm like, "Oh, all right, there you go." Yeah, funny comic. I brought her to the Stress Factory, and Vinny, what was his name? Vinny Stress Factory. Vinny owns
Vinny.
it. I don't know. Vinny something. He would host the show, and then I was closing, and he let me bring Tracy as the middle act, but he totally shit on. He opened the show.
Vinny Brand.
Vinny Brand, thank you. And then he wouldn't, or he didn't remember her name, but he didn't want to know her name, so he's like, "We have a middle act. She's new. She's from Staten Island. Tracy something or other." It was like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Stress Factory in New Jersey, and you're making it even harder on her but that was the old days. See, comics today, they're all like, it's very supportive. This was not supportive in the 90s. Comedy was, you were on your own. You fuck you. We're not being
No
nice
camaraderie.
to the girl. We're not being
No.
nice to any. No. It's all
In
different.
Boston, we had it though. We had some camaraderie up there. But there were little
Right,
packs. There were little packs
long
of
as-
five comedians in each pack.
Right.
Sometimes two packs would merge a little bit for a certain amount of
Two-pack?
time. Two-pack.
He was in Boston.
Yeah,
Okay.
it got a little clicky because the bigger cliques, the old dogs of comedy, kept all of us down, and they would just insult you and shit on you, and it was a rite of passage to get through that to make it through the next stage. It was good. It was actually good for us in the long run.
It was good for you
to go through.
Yeah,
it.
and I didn't, but it was such a different time. We didn't bother me because, like, I would go the same thing on Long Island with Richie Minervini's club, but then you got to get through those guys, and then when you do, you'll become friends. But I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't expecting to have my hand held and be told I was wonderful. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I just went to there and I figured it's going to be hard, and it was. And then eventually you become friends with these guys.
Mhm.
So, What's the other point I wanted to bring up with you? Oh, did you watch any of the Giant game, Monday Night Football last week?
No, congratulations on your Giants winning. Although that's
Tommy
not going to help.
D,
That's
Tommy
not gonna-
DeVito.
And the Patriots won. They beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And Zappy threw 3 touchdowns. He's never thrown a touchdown in his career. I mean, he's only played so many games, but that was his first game getting a touchdown. And of course, you don't want them to win because you want better draft picks.
Yeah, that draft. I'm through with that. First of all, the draft, if you look back, it never hits. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we got the number 1 pick. Well, Jameis Winston was the number 1 pick.
The
Marcus
majority
Mariota
of the
was
number 1
2.
picks don't
They don't
pan
pan
out. They're a bust.
Tommy
And then-
DeVito, undrafted. Look at him. Look at my
Tom
beautiful
Brady.
boy. Oh, who cares? I'm
What
talking
round?
about today.
Oh, look
Modern.
at that. Look
Tommy
at that. That
DeVito.
jealousy.
Tommy DeVito.
It
Tommy
still
DeVito. No, I'm not
runs
jealous.
through your veins.
Only one team beat him twice in the Super Bowl, so I'm not jealous. You know what I'm saying, sir?
Why do you got to
Only
rub
one team.
salt into my wounds? Why do you have to do
I'm talking
that?
about Tommy DeVito, the man, Monday Night Football. Did you see it? Did you see the family? Did you see Tommy, the agent?
I didn't see it.
Beautiful. You didn't see Tommy in the...
I didn't see
No?
it. I didn't see it.
Well, have you seen a picture of the agent? I'll put it right here. Right. Look at this guy. Is that great or what?
You didn't do. Wait a minute. First of all, you didn't do
Look at that.
anything. I'll put a picture of the agent right here. Here's him. I'll put a picture of the agent right here. That means I have to go search this out, take a
I'll send it to you.
screenshot.
I
gotta-
send it to you. I'll
All
send
right,
you the
you
picture.
send it to me, and then I'll insert it in the edit. But holy shit!
Yeah. Well, it's not going to say that on a podcast. I'm not going to go, hey, here's the agent
I'm
that Al will
going to put
later
the.
insert.
Well, you say my partner Al will put a picture right here. It's just
No, you just go right here. Make it smooth, man. Picture's right there. Look at that. That's
you
the
said.
agent.
You said I'm going to put a picture right here.
Okay.
I'm like, all you're doing is pointing. That's all you're doing. And you
That's
walk
right.
away. You
But
walk
be on the-
away.
You got to be on the Patreon to see the picture, obviously. But anyway, it's a great story. They won 3 in a row. The guy lives 8
Boom.
miles from John Shipman and lives with his parents and his brother and Tommy Cutlets. I mean, how can you not like the story? Is he going to be the quarterback next year? No. Is Zappy going to be the quarterback in New England next year? No. But it's fun while it lasts. We'll have
Yeah.
a good time. Season's dead. You know, people ask me, "Are you okay with Tom?" Like, do you like? I go, I love it. Season was dead. Now I can watch the game and have fun. So
Right.
all
Pressure's
good.
off.
All good. Yeah, it's
Pressure's
all
off.
good. All good, man.
I'm with you.
When are you? I noticed we didn't do our usual setup. You're home. You're in Studio City, California today.
Hence
I know
the
armoire.
armoire.
I know the
behind me.
armoire.
Yes.
I'm in Nassau, Bahamas. You ever
quit
been?
fucking bragging.
Have you been?
I was actually there about 10 days ago.
It's quite something. I don't know
The,
what
the
it
new
is, but
the
it's
new
something.
dock and ship port is pretty extravagant.
Nice.
They
For
really
Nassau,
went.
it's
It looks
very
like
well
you're.
done.
It looks like you're in Barcelona with the new buildings of Barcelona, not the.
When
old
I
ones.
did my COVID cruise, the 5-month deal, they were just building it. And I
They were-
thought, and I would watch them. I would have a cigar and watch them. And I was like, they're never going to get done. I saw them, they would like taking breaks for an hour. I'm like, this will never be complete. And now it's done and it's beautiful. And
that's because they
was
brought
wrong.
in like 5,000 Chinese workers, immigrant workers.
I don't think that's true.
The fact,
Oh.
I read the articles. Those places next door too, those resorts.
What articles? What articles?
They only hire so many locals. They don't have enough manpower, and also the pace of work
Woman power.
from a local worker in the Bahamas.
Are you saying that the Bahama people move a
They're
little
they're a
slow?
little bit more laid back. Yeah.
Little bit,
Whereas
little
the
bit.
Chinese, it's like work or die.
That's right. You ever take
So-
your laundry to a Bahamian laundry? No.
No,
Because they'll never be ready. You know what I'm saying?
don't worry about it.
Chinese.
Be happy.
Chinese. It's like you call for Chinese food and then 2 minutes later, they're at the door. They're wonderful.
Were you doing a knock
people.
just now?
I did a knock.
See, even your mic will block out. There's little filters in these mics, and if you mine did it. If you
Okay.
tap it, will block it out. It's supposed to block it out. All right, let's move on. Next subject.
I did a welcome show earlier in the week, and I do a joke about people who have walkie-talkies on the ship. And a guy in the audience goes, "Oh, Jesus," like that. And I go, "Oh, what do you got a walkie?" He goes, "Yeah, I only got one." He's got a family of 9. He brought one. He didn't understand the walkie-talkie part. This genius brought a walkie and walks around the pool area, wondering why no one's responding. So that was like gold for me. That was gold. Imagine being in the crowd. You're on stage, and the guy in the crowd's like, "I got one."
There's 10 minutes.
Oh my God!
Did you do callbacks? Did you do callbacks?
It was fantastic. He was walkie the guy. Oh, it was good.
There goes walkie.
But what a gift from the comedy gods. That guy go, "I got
Absolutely.
one." I go, "Oh, one."
You hit the mother load right there.
It was, hey now, I like saying load. And that was the welcome show. So, all clean and and then the next night you do the adult, but it was full. I mean, whatever that room holds on the Liberty, 1,000 seats, packed. It was great. That was, I like these little 3 and 4 day crowds. They're a little rowdy, but they're here to have time.
They do bring you're a little robotic right now, so let me fill in until you iron it out. Yes, the energy, it usually skews younger and people that are ready to party and they want to get their money's worth. So when you go on these 3 and 4 day cruises, they go to every event and they're up late.
Right.
If you go to a week or more 10-day cruises, it usually skews much older. And they're like, "All right, monster, it's 8:09. I got to get to bed."
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of these people, the 3 and 4 day, they haven't been to a million comedy clubs and theaters. No. So they're into it. And when you come out, they really respond, and it's fun. Where I've been on, as you have the other ships where it can be a little tougher. A little bit more work involved. Going. Yeah. A little more work involved. We didn't hit Coco Cay. The ship got there, and then the water was going over the pier and the wind. So we had to back up. So you got, 4,000 people ready to go to Coco Cay. They booked this cruise to go to Coco Cay. That's it. Only reason they booked it. And we're there, and we went, nope. And we started backing away.
Really?
Can't get in.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. And the weather was terrible, and it was raining, and it's just
no need to go.
It's a bad cruise, man. Sometimes people getting all mad, but you go, what can you do? It's bad weather. I mean, it's unlucky. I'm sorry.
And when people sign up for these cruises and pay for them, it's all in writing. It says subject to change, itinerary based on Mother Nature and
based on God,
whatever, weather permitting, blah, blah, blah. It's all in there. Like, yeah, they just, I'm going on a cruise. And then it happens. They're like, what the fuck? Right. We went on that cruise. That cruise line sucks. It rained the whole time. Oh, you should have gone on the cruise that was docked next to you. It didn't rain at all.
But you got to go on Carnival. It never rains on Carnival cruises, but somehow, people are nuts. And then we're in Lauderdale tomorrow, and we start a 3-day cruise. So I'll head off the ship, and I head to Lester's tomorrow morning. I'm already excited. Fucking Lester's Diner. You know what I mean? Diner Joe, diner eggs, diner toast. Why is it better, Alfred? Why? Answer me this riddle. Why is diner food just better?
I want to say because of the turnover. Everything's moving, fresh food. It's just the atmosphere, the smell. It's morning and energy. I think. I don't know. Why is it better?
Yeah, those are all part of it. It's always the same too, no matter what state you're in. They always have that same woman, you know what I mean? She's like in her 50s, and she's seen it all. And she calls you darling or sweetheart, and she's there with the coffee. No matter, you take 3 sips, she's already, want me to top it off, baby?
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, right? All that shit works for the diner.
Love that.
It's all good. I love it too. It's great. It's great.
I go to Joe's Diner in Fort Lauderdale. It's actually it's actually walkable.
I went there with you.
You weren't thrilled about it.
No, it was fine. I met you there. We sat outside.
Yeah. The reason why you didn't like it, you wanted to get in an Uber and take an Uber for like $15 each way. I'm like, why are we spending $30 on Ubers when we can eat right here?
It's walkable from the pier,
You
from the
can.
terminal.
Yeah.
Where I don't. Okay, maybe I will. It wasn't bad. I just I didn't know it was walkable.
from Pier 18, it's a little bit of a hike.
Yeah.
But the other piers, the ones that are closer, it's very easy. But I walk that as part of my exercise on turnaround.
Yeah. Well, last week I did the diner, then I walked to the downtown cigar bar, and then past that even. So that was about 3 miles.
Oh,
so
you did that? The one that we went to that day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
I walked there. But if I can go because we're at Terminal 18 tomorrow, if I can go there, maybe I'll walk to Joe's.
It's a little bit of a trek.
Well, what are we talking? Mile?
Look it up. Because you got to kind of like zigzag it a little bit.
Yeah.
I would say to Joe's, it's more closer to 2 miles. So that's 40
Am I going to
minutes.
get run over by a truck in the terminal? You know that
there's one area where you have to cross.
Right?
The sidewalk goes to a certain point and just stops, and then it continues on the other side. So you have to cross the street. That's the only challenging part until you get to the end, and then you got to cross where the light is. So it's kind of silly, but yeah, I've done it many times, and that's part of that is to get my exercise in.
Right. Yeah, I like that. Maybe I'll try that though. Although
it could be a 3 mile round tripper or more. So you're talking. I think it's like a 35-minute walk.
That's
each way.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's
you can
not
do
bad.
That. You can handle.
I can do that. That's easy.
If it's not, if it's not 92 degrees.
But Lester's a $9 Uber or $8 even.
But that's $18 round trip.
I know, but it's a fucking diner. It's better.
Better than Joe's?
I'm in a booth. Get a nice booth.
You can get a booth at Joe's.
I sat outside last time. It seemed full inside.
Well,
yeah.
Joe's is a big cop hangout too.
And it's small, whereas Lester's is big.
Well, if you're sitting in a booth, if you're sitting alone in a booth, they actually gave you a booth when you came in.
They gave me a booth. Well, because it's Monday and Friday when I'm there, so it's not the weekend. So it's like I get there on a Monday at 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's not full.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to spend your breakfast money on Ubers, $9. You had a tip too.
I'll decide. And then, well, I did 2 Ubers though last week, and they were both very successful. So I don't have any Uber or Lyft tales for you.
Thank
God.
God.
But they were both good Americans who knew the language, and yeah, good American people with the English language at their command, ready to take me back to the ship. So I was happy with that. I think that's it. I don't have anything else down. The thing was though about those diners I wanted to bring up quickly. At Lester's used to have the old fashioned, all the diners have the big old leather bound books that were massive, you know what I mean? Those 100 pages, and you go through it. And I got there last week.
You talking about the menu?
The menu, yeah.
Oh.
They had a plastic piece of cardboard.
Laminated. Come on.
Laminated cardboard.
Yeah.
2-sided. That was like, what the fuck? I wanna see the waiter bring 2 menus like Moses with the commandments. You know what
I think it's just easier. And the laminated cardboard is easier to clean. Slobs are spilling shit on those.
I know.
I know what you're saying.
But the pages were laminated. They were in protective plastic usually.
I get you.
And the first page was the history of the diner. And you go, oh, these people are from Greece.
I do like that.
It was fascinating.
I do like reading the little history.
Yeah. Now you don't get that. That's what I'm saying. You get a piece of cardboard with plastic on it, Lester's.
There's a restaurant here in West Hollywood called Ted and Diane's. It's a little bit of high end now, but their whole history is on the first page. And the parents met in Rhode Island. They were immigrants. They met in Rhode Island, and they
the Ocean State.
The Ocean State. They opened up a little restaurant, and then their children, decades later, opened up a place here and named it after their parents, Ted and Diane.
Wow, that's quite a tale.
There's more to the story, but I just liked reading it because I'm from Rhode Island.
Right.
And it was
Yeah.
nostalgic for me. So then I talked to my friend Franklin. We call him Biff. He lives right over there.
Hmm.
And I said, yeah, I went to 10. He goes, that's my favorite place. That's my place I go to. It's 2 blocks away. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
Is Franklin a cocaine addict? What the fuck? I mean,
Franklin is a very
seemed a little jumpy
successful businessman. No, he got excited. I exaggerated his excitement for Ted and Diane.
Oh, he's not that excited. Okay.
Yeah.
Franklin, why you call him Biff?
That's his name, Biff.
Franklin?
Franklin, quotation, Biff.
Oh, he's not a African American? Franklin?
I'll have to ask him. He looks white to me.
I remember in Peanuts, Franklin was the African American boy or man. I don't think you could say boy.
He's got blue
Franklin.
eyes.
Uh-huh.
I believe he's of the Jewish persuasion. I'm sure of it. And I don't think he has. I mean, I'll ask him if he has any African American.
I'm just going off Peanuts. Franklin was black. That's what I don't know any Franklins in the world. I don't know. Maybe a guy named Frank is probably Franklin, maybe, but frankly,
For those of you under 50 that aren't familiar with Peanuts, it was a Charles Schultz. What?
Everyone knows Peanuts. If you don't know Peanuts, fucking kill yourself.
All right.
Everyone knows it.
Here's your assignment. Ask somebody under 30 what Peanuts is.
Of course. You talking about a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown?
Well, it's syndicated. You got to remember, newspapers pretty much don't exist.
No, but Christmas and Easter and Halloween, the specials are still on. It's the Great Pumpkin.
But these kids don't watch network television. They watch ads.
Well, these kids suck. They suck. Let's be honest. They're not good. They suck.
Yeah,
it's over. It's over. Those fallen angels. They're among us,
over.
Man.
So is this podcast. This podcast is over.
So long, man. Have a good trip.
You! Iceberg, dead ahead!
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series.
This is the 2 Als, 1 Pod podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Patreon.com/the2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.